basic idea of what I want to actually build. Ignore the crudity of the plan, it's not actually to scale, but it's basically going to be a two sort of story, almost like a step sort of table. So there'll be plant pots in front here, pots on there, and then pots on the top, giving it that sort of, you know, tiered look. Just basically just to display the actual tulip pots and the plant pots. I'll be actually making it out of just reclaimed pallet wood. I stripped these pallets down a couple of days ago. You may have seen the video on how I did that if you didn't go back and watch that. And I'll just show you the area where we're actually going to put the actual table. Just going to basically cover that manhole cover there. So we're removing these two larger pots, probably onto the patio when we build that. And then the smaller pots will have the tulips in. So it's going to be basically as wide or wider than the actual manhole cover. And then it's going to sit on two levels up to about that high, about 3 feet I think it is. And I think it should look quite nice there, just display the area a little bit more, make it look a little bit prettier than it is now. Some signs of spring now, got crocuses and bulbs coming out already, which is nice. Okay, let's go and get into the workshop, start measuring up, getting some wood sorted. The first thing I want to do is actually get the legs to right size, and I think I'm going to take a foot off each one, so that'll give me the two front legs, which will be a foot high, which I think there'll be plenty, and then that should leave me with approximately just over 2 foot, so 2'4" for the other 4 legs. So I'm going to measure that out now, mark that out, a foot, cut that with my square and just with my hand saw, do that on all 4 pieces, and then we can start figuring out the width and the actual layout of the actual table.
It started today with Shopify.
So as you can see, I've made the first set of legs, just roughly screwed together at the moment. These are going to be the back shelf legs, of course, and I'm going to come off the front, the same measurement again, which I think was 14 inches back to front, and then I'm going to do it again, just a foot high along here to the next leg, and then I'm going to work out the width. I go over to the part of the garden where it's going to sit, measure the area I've got, and make a panel to go across for the width, and then we've got the basic structure there. Then it's just got to be making some tabletops and dressing it up and making it look nice. Give it a nice coat of paint as well, I think. Put it in the Cotswold green. So I brought the actual display table back outside. As you can see, I've got the cross members on there. So I've got the basic shape there now. All I've got to do is square it all up. As you can see, it's not even true at all. So it's all going to be squared. What I've got to do now is do the piece along the front here, and then we can start building the actual back up and bits and pieces. So I'm just roughly laying out the actual top pieces now. As you can see, it's all squared up. I'll get back in the fire in my workshop. I'll get it outside and give it a proper look in a bit. But I've got trim these to size along here, just laying it on there for to get a sort of visual of how I want it. I've got to take the nails out, of course. But yeah, I think that's pretty much how it's going to go. I think this side's got to come in a little bit more here, a little bit push over a little bit, but it's pretty much there. Just got now. I've just, like I said, I'll cut these edges off, and we're going to just screw them onto the top. I may even just nail them, and then get some paint on it. Put the tea down. Just got this panel here to attach, and then trim it down. And these two to attach. Trim it down as well, both sides, and then I can sand the entire thing all over. Just give it a gentle sand, doesn't need much. I want to keep it looking rustic, and then we're going to give it a paint of the I'm going to give it a coat of the Cotswold green, which is the same as the chair just there. It'll also match the workshop door and the shed door, drain pipe, and the actual front door of the actual lodge. Right, so I've taken the nails out of this piece, so I'm just going to line that corner up there, drill a pilot hole, and just go in with a nice decking screw, same thing on this side. Just get my saw and trim it off. Like that. So repeat that, same process for these two. So roughly line them up where you want them. And drill, saw, that's that part done. So I'm just sanding over the whole thing with a 80 grit, just to actually remove any loose bits. I don't want a super smooth finish, because I want it to look sort of rustic anyway and weathered. The paint I'm using is this Dulux exterior weather shield quick dry satin in green glade, which is pretty much Cotswold green. So I give it a stir, get a nice paintbrush, and we'll start loading some paint on. Quick change of plan, brought it into the workshop. It's nice and warm because I'm freezing outside, plus it'll make the paint dry a little bit quicker, so I'm just going to continue painting in here. So it'll probably take me about an hour or so to boy with painting, so I'll see you in a bit. So while I'm having my quick tea break, I'd like to take a moment to just thank all the new subscribers to the channel. It's most appreciated, and if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing, because I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's my next goal. So thank you for listening. Now back on with the painting. So it looks so much better than the Cotswold green. I think now I'll just put it in place, put some plant pots on it. There we have the finished piece, all in place. I'm dressed up with a few pots. Once they're all in bloom, it's going to look really nice. Really happy with that. Some bit of old scrap pallet wood and a bit of paint. Made a nice little addition to the garden. Hiding that drain cover as well. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you on the next one.